thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
And I'm Tim Pham. We have a lot to get to on this Friday Eve, but first we're starting things off with a look at our weather forecast. And Thomas is over there in the Weather Center forecasting his bracket. Wait, what? I mean, all of us, like literally all of us. Channing's over here. Thomas, where's your bracket?
Making life decisions.
I got two pieces of paper here. Turns out this one's Jeremy's. You want to know who he picked?
Who did he pick?
UCLA.
Interesting.
To win it all?
To win it all.
Okay.
Okay, I trust Jeremy's weather forecasting.
Yeah.
I don't know about the bracket, but Thomas, let's talk about the weather, though. As people are maybe filling out their brackets, it might be a nice day to get outside and fill out your bracket.
Yeah, it's you know, we had that sunshine yesterday, and it felt amazing during the afternoon hours. Today, even better, because we have even more sunshine, and that will help those temperatures to get a bit closer to 50 degrees. It only ended up at 46 yesterday, but that sunshine was great. Now, clear skies at night means it's usually a little bit cool or even cold first thing in the morning. Our cold spot is once again Deer Park at 20 degrees currently, 25 in Coeur d'Alene, 27 in Spokane. That's the coldest we've seen so far this morning, and 28 down on the Palouse. But high pressure dominating the northwest weather, resulting in clear skies at the moment and sunny skies all day long.
The Zags have landed this morning. The men's team is waking up in Denver. They arrived last night, and the GU women are in Stanford preparing for their March Madness games tomorrow night. Well, the Zags are not the only ones going to the big dance. Our Nicole Hernandez is in Denver right now ahead of tomorrow's game. And Nicole, we are going to hear from the Zags today, aren't we? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Tim. Yes, we are going to hear from the Zags right now. I am live in Denver at Ball Arena, where the Zags are going to be, of course, facing off against GCU tomorrow evening. But today, ahead of that game, we do get to hear from the team and from some of the players, and we'll be hearing from them later. So that's going to be just after noon today, Spokane time. And then we'll also be talking to the team the Zags are facing, Grand Canyon University, at 2:30 this afternoon. So the first round matchup is tomorrow, starting at 4:35. That's when you can expect to see the Zags play again. Gonzaga is slated as the higher seed in the match, and Gonzaga has been, of course, the seen in the West region. It's the third seed there, so it would be quite the upset if Gonzaga lost. And this is actually one of GCU's only second time in the NCAA Tournament. So if the Zags do win tomorrow's game, they do play again on Sunday. They'll either be facing Arizona State or TCU. We are, of course, absolutely cheering for our Zags here from Denver, as I'm sure everyone back home is cheering for them as well. And we'll actually have our sports director, Travis Green, will be letting us know exactly what we heard from both teams later on in KREM 2 News first at 4. In Denver, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Now, Nicole, we can't let you go just yet because, I mean, listen, you're live right outside the arena. How was your travel, though? We heard GCU had a couple of problems trying to get all their equipment there.
I know, we were actually in Las Vegas at our layover when we heard that GCU was having their issues as well. We were kind of joking. We were like, oh, well, hopefully they can show up in uniforms and not street clothes. But our travel did go very smoothly. We're here now, and we are going to be doing all things Zags all week long. So I'll be here every morning with you guys, and then, of course, in the evening as well, talking to a bunch of fans. So I'm really excited to meet all the people who are diehard enough to travel out here with us.
Yeah, and Nicole, is that snow behind you? I guess you can't avoid it, can you?
I can't. It is snowing, yeah, unfortunately. If you look at the weather, it was really nice in Spokane until I left, and now it's really nice. No. It was bad in Spokane. It's going to be bad here. Moral of the story, I got bad weather both ways.
All right, thanks, Nicole. We'll talk to you a little later. Now, don't forget the Gonzaga women face Ole Miss this Friday at 7 p.m. in Stanford. You can catch that game on ESPNU. And don't forget to stay here with KREM 2 for full coverage of both of those games tomorrow night.
And the WSU women are Philly bound for their first game in March Madness. And this is really awesome. Take a look at the video here. Their game bus got a police escort on their way to the Pullman Moscow airport. yesterday, and talk about VIP, and they deserve it. You can catch their game on Saturday against Florida Gulf Coast University. Tip-off is scheduled for 11:30 a.m. That game will air on ESPNU. You can join me for an exclusive special edition of KREM 2 News at 7 p.m. on Saturday night. We will have full coverage of that matchup and all of the madness.
But before we see our local teams play, there are 4 March Madness games that are coming up on KREM 2 today. We have West Virginia and Maryland starting at 9:15 this morning, followed by Alabama and Texas A&M Corpus Christi at 11:45. Then this afternoon, Duke is taking on Oral Roberts at 4:10, and Louisiana and Tennessee in prime time at 6:40 tonight. Again, you can watch all of those games right here on KREM 2 before a special edition of the KREM 2 News at 9.
Well, the countdown is on, of course. You only have a few more hours left to lock in your March Madness bracket before the tournament officially begins today on KREM 2. And we love a little bit of competition at KREM 2, so we want everyone to try and beat our sports director, Travis Green, in the March Bracket Challenge. If you beat him, you not only get bragging rights, but you will be entered to win pizza from Papa Murphy's. The grand prize is a package from Northern Quest Resort and Casino. And if you manage to fill out a perfect bracket, you could win $1 million. Just text us the word bracket to the number 509-448-2000 and we will send a link right to your phone. But do it soon because the contest ends, of course, by 9 a.m. this morning.
It is 6:07 right now. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. The Cheney Police Department is asking for your help finding a missing woman. 30-year-old Caitlin DePuy was first reported missing by her family in January. After an investigation, police learned she was last seen in Lincoln City, Oregon last March. Officers say she was last seen getting onto a bus heading for Tacoma. Lori Vallow was back in court yesterday morning for a motion hearing. Vallow, of course, is charged with the murder of 2 of her children. The judge heard arguments on 3 motions: motion to compel, motion to dismiss the death penalty, and a motion to exclude evidence filed late. According to East Idaho News, a judge will rule on all 3 of these motions by next Wednesday. Vallow's actual trial is scheduled to begin on April 3rd. A homicide investigation is now underway after a human skull was found at a popular park in Seattle. A park's employee found the skull while clearing debris from bushes at Beersheba Park in Rainier Beach. The medical examiner found evidence of a stab wound and ruled the death a homicide. So far, though, they have not identified the remains. Well, this is pretty sweet. Firefighters in Tacoma saved a gerbil from a fire inside a Lakewood home earlier this week. The West Pierce Fire and Rescue posted this photo of the reunion on Facebook. It had the caption, "No save is too small." Thankfully, no humans were hurt in the fire either. And that's a look at your morning rush.
An update on the number of people living at the homeless encampment off of I-90. WSDOT estimates the camp is down to 65 people. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun joining us from the camp. So, Nathan, tell us more about what's next.
Well, Tim, good morning. And it's hard to believe that the I-90 homeless encampment once had more than 600 people living on it. Now, that's down to less than 100. Back in December, WSDOT counted nearly 200 people living at the camp. Now, WSDOT estimates that number is down 67% to just 65 people. That's 13 fewer than the last count in February. Julie Garcia says there have been no new people to stay at the camp since October. She's been helping people move into the Catalyst Project, Hope House, and other available housing. But with the recent news of the potential Canyon shelter closing, she worries closing that will put people on the streets since staying at the camp isn't an option.
Those folks are then going to go look for beds available. And we have a hard enough time right now keeping folks out of the camp. So people who want to be part of Camp Hope, even though we're not taking new guests, they still come here every day.
A proposal to close the Canyon shelter recommends 80 beds be absorbed into the Trent shelter. But Garcia says it won't be a solution that works for everyone. She does say if more people end up on the streets, her organization will have to devote more time to support those people. There's also no concrete timeline for the closure of the camp. And WSDOT says as the camp continues to shrink, the community will see the fence downsize again. A second fence move is scheduled for early April. Live in Spokane, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
6:10 now as we take a look at weather, and we saw Nicole's report earlier, and she said that it was snowing in Denver, and we were keeping an eye on that this morning. Thankfully, that snow is actually moving on out of Colorado this morning. So don't worry, Nicole, if you can hear me, better weather for you is on the way. But let's slide things back up to the northwest. High pressure already dominating our region. That has left things clear this morning and will leave things sunny by this afternoon. Temperatures approaching 50 degrees. I do officially go 49 for the high today, but not to worry. Plenty of 50s in the forecast for tomorrow and through this weekend.